How you doing, guys? It's Law here. I thought I'd finally give you guys another video. It's been quite a while now, so I'll go through the car, show you what I've done, and let me know what you think, really. There she is, guys. Obviously taking off the front bumper for the time being. So we have a 2.5 engine which has been built, running the Wiseco pistons, molar rods. We've got some King bearings in there. It's also running a Racetech dry sump. We're running a Supertech head gasket. It's had a bit of head work, so the ports have been cleaned up and opened up a little bit. Apart from that, standard cams. I'm going to see how I get on with them. We can always swap them out. It's also been keyed as well, and the Duratex front pulleys are not keyed at all, so when you start to push a bit more horsepower they can sometimes slip, and also when it comes to timing, it makes it a lot easier when it's keyed. So we have the One Gold Performance inlet manifold, which is actually really nice. I like it a lot. It looks very nice. We'll see how it holds up. Graham throttle body. You may have noticed the fuel system's a bit different to OEM. So we're running the radium fuel rail with their fuel pressure regulator. I've got a fuel pressure sensor as well. I've done a return style system. So this line here is the return, and then back there you've got the feed. I wanted to open this up massively. I didn't want obviously the power steering set up here, the coolant overflow here at all. I want this to be totally open, because at some point we will kind of run a vent here, so obviously all the hot air can just be pulled straight out, which will help. Running a Chase Bay power steering reservoir, which is very nice. How I did that was, obviously you've got the OEM line here that just feeds round, goes into the bottom of there, which is AN6, and then we've got the AN10 line here. I've still got to get this welded on, but I've got an AN10 fitting there which is going to be welded on. The brake and ABS system, you may have noticed, has been moved. Normally it sits around about here, takes up a lot of room. I've moved it down here. We've done a new support bar, so that's mounted on there. It's retaining the OEM rubber mount, so there is still a bit of movement, because I don't think you're meant to hard mount these, could be wrong. Obviously we ran the brake lines, which are done quite nicely. Different clutch master, I'll get onto that in a minute if you don't already know what I've done. We've got the Fab 9 intercooler. We have behind it, which you may be able to see, is the Setrab, I think I said that right, 19 row oil cooler, which goes into, probably can't see too well to be fair, a thermostat, remote thermostat housing there. For the ECU to control the engine, I'm not running the standard ECU. I've gone for Haltech, if you haven't already noticed. We've got their CAN bus wideband here, which plugs into the ECU direct, and that will go to the O2 sensor. The actual wiring, I've done a new kind of harness to mate up with the OEM plugs for the ECU. This just allows it to be a bit more plug and play, I guess you can say, and if I ever wanted to go back, I can do. That loom runs all the way through here, and we've made a nice tidy hole there, which goes there. Also running the additive mounts, which are actually very nice. I'm impressed with them, and we'll soon find out when obviously I'm driving how they handle, but yeah, they should be fine. Forgot to add as well, we're running the 1000cc Dwishworks injectors, which should hopefully give me plenty of fuel in. I'm also running the Dwishworks 300C fuel pump in the tank as well, which again should give me plenty. You're probably wondering where the header tank's going to go. Normally they sit here, don't they? So we have a point here which is running round here, which is this pipe here. You also have another point there, which is pretty much going to follow the same route all the way around there, up here, and you've got a point at the back of the head. Now the two smaller pipes are purely just for bleeding, because the radiator's at an angle. So I'm going to run a little round header tank system here, so that can literally just pop in there, pipe down to the radiator. See, I've removed a lot of the OEM wiring. This is obviously cleared out quite nicely. just, yeah, anything that is not needed is being removed. You may have also noticed the belt setup. We haven't got the OEM tensioner down here. So what I've come up with is we use a, it's hard to see, kind of like a misaligned tensioner. So that can move up and then you tighten it. This just frees up so much from here, and it gives obviously the full coverage around the alternator, power steering, water pump, as well as the front pulley. Because you can see you can fit a nice turbo here. That's the plan anyway. Well, that is what's going to happen. So I'll move on to inside the car. So that's where the old Haltech's hidden. It's the 1500 Elite. It's nice tucked away. I was never too keen with the ECU and the engine bay personally, even though they are waterproof. Nice shifter. I'll get onto that in a second. I'll go around to the other side. So just getting around to the driver's side. Got a lovely Greddy steering wheel. Bloody love this thing. Got Plex dash as well. It's the USDM 102. That's literally hooks up straight to the ECU. It does support the OEM ECU as well, which is pretty cool because it's all through CAN bus. So I'll quickly show you. So you can flick through displays. Obviously I've got boost, oil temp, oil pressure and AFR on there at the moment, but it's just subtle. It's just, yeah, it's not too in your face, but it gets the information you need. I'll speak a bit more about the dry sump. As I said, it's the race line setup, which is nice, low profile. I'm running the tank in the boot mainly because there's not a massive amount of room in the engine bay. So we've got a nice splittable tank. So obviously we've got the scavenging side, we've got the feed side, so that just makes the weight a bit better and puts it in the boot. Got the battery relocation there as well, which is nice and tidy. I hope that kind of covers all the main bits. I'm sure I've missed some stuff. If there's anything that you've seen that I haven't covered, please leave a comment, happily answer them. So that kind of leaves down to one thing that's been holding up the build, and that's the gearbox. As you know, of a Mark 1, I had blown up one of the gearboxes, and the only real solution you have out there is the KMR setup. You know, Greg Peters, the Car Passion channel, he's having big problems. Well, I say big problems, he's got a lovely vibration. I've been chatting to him, trying to help him, so hopefully, touch wood, with the 5-speed ZF box, he has a solution, but we'll see, fingers crossed. So that moves over to what I've done. I wanted something that's going to hold the power. We know the KMR setup, it does hold the power with the ZF boxes, so I went for the ZF 6-speed, which is the GS6 37BZ, so it's from the petrol version. So I'm running a twin disc, 240mm twin disc clutch setup, just so it keeps the pedal light, but it will hold the power. That's what I'm after. Prop shaft is all in. Gear linkage is all sorted. Diff mount I need to adjust a few bits just to make it a bit more reinforced. I've literally just sorted the reverse light switch, so let's give it a little test. I'll show you the gear lever, which is nice. So we've got first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So you can see the throw is next to nothing. It's very nice. Let's just get it on quickly. Make sure the reverse light works. It's now in reverse. Let's have a look. Oh yes, working absolutely fine. I've got the Lamex on there, which I think looks so much nicer, but it does make the reverse light red. Hopefully that kind of gives you guys a good update of what's been going on. I'm sure I've missed stuff. Again, let me know in the comments, happy to update you. So yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. It's definitely going to be running for spring next year. That's the goal, 100%. It's pretty much only the manifold to go. Get that all sorted, which obviously I'll video the process, which should be quite nice. All being V-band. It's the turbo's GTX 3071R Gen 2. Should really go up to the 35 series, but we'll see how this goes. I think this will be my biggest bottleneck, as well as the cams over anything, but we'll see how we get on. I'm just looking forward to trying this gearbox out and seeing how it works. It should be very good. I've got some cool stuff coming for this car. I can't wait to get the wheels fitted. I'm running the 949 racing wheels. The reason I haven't fitted them yet is because it just makes the car too wide. It won't fit on the trailer, which kind of sucks, but never mind. So I'll stick with 16s just to transport the car. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Thanks for watching, guys, and if there's anything you guys want to see or know about, let me know and I'll see if I can sort out a video for it.